into your mouth. Hold the mic a little closer.
Oh my God, it looks like food.
Hey,
oh my God. No. You know why? Yeah, I heard that, but I don't know what we're doing yet.
Castle Darkbloom. It's Mortitia's Micronational Minutes.
Hey! Das ist wunderbar. So, in case you don't remember what my show is, I am the Grand Duchess Lydia Sophia Tatiana Mortitia von Elfberg. Normally people call me just Mort for short, and I am one of the two Grand Duchesses of the Kingdom of Ruritania, as well as Minister of Foreign Affairs, Miss Microworld, and the hostess of Mort's Minutes. And with me today, live from the Castle Darkbloom, the Chateau de Darkbloom, I have with me most of the band. Cameras have to be able to fit everybody in it. And we have later on a special guest who is Dominique Belmar of St. Castle. Did I say it wrong?
Yeah. Also
yeah. I have a flag too. Way back there. But regardless, I wanted to talk today first to Sean Darkbloom, because he is one of the Knights of Ruritania. He's a member of our Royal Guard, and he is the first person to actually have been knighted in person physically by Queen Anastasia, my mother. How was that experience?
It was awesome. Actually visiting there and seeing all of the antiques and all of it was just wow. And then to actually be able to get down on the knee and have her knight me and be in the presence of royalty, it was an amazing experience, and it was just an amazing opportunity to be there. And I would like to personally thank the Queen for accepting my invitation for you to come here and produce the show from Castle Darkbloom. Thank you.
Thank you. And honestly, I mean, as long as you're down with it, I'd love to host here every time you're here.
And thank you for joining us. Castle Darkbloom is an amazing place with many different rooms.
Many different rooms. This is just the smoking.
This is in the smoking room, and yes. I'll give you a grand tour later. You just arrived, so you literally just came on.
I just got here. And so it's not just Sean here today. We also have Maze Darkbloom.
My brother, Maze Darkbloom.
He is the best guitarist.
I wouldn't say that.
He's fantastic. He's phenomenal, really.
Phenomenal, like amazing. It's actually a funny story. I bought a guitar. I'm trying to learn.
Let's get him in the picture. There we go. Zach, scoot over and get in the picture.
It's on my bucket list is to learn how to play the piano and the guitar, and I kind of got piano a little bit, but I'm rusty. He spent 6 hours with me one night till my fingers bled, so I could play just this one little riff in a Beatles song. And so then when I started teaching myself the ukulele, I forced him to learn as well, but he's left-handed and had to learn how to play it right-handed. So it was kind of fun. That was a good moment.
It was interesting. Learning upside down.
And backwards.
Yeah, and backwards, yeah.
So.
But I play guitar upside down sometimes too.
Do you really?
Well, sometimes when I'm like over people's houses and like they don't have, it's hard being like left-handed. It's hard being left-handed because, everybody's right-handed. So when I go over people's houses and they have guitars and they're like, "Oh, you play? Oh, let me see you play." And I'm like, "Well, I'm left-handed." I'm like, "Oh, well, you play upside down, right?"
Like, no. I mean,
now I can.
Yeah. I mean, so I just started, I mean, if you know the pentatonic scale, you can play upside down.
This makes him an exceptional guitarist, I personally think, Even though Steven, who's also a member of the band, is the drummer, I think I believe firmly that Zach's my favorite.
There are often creatures and spirits in Castle Darkbloom which sometimes rear their ugly heads. We do apologize to the crowd. I'm trying to keep the spirits in line, but I never know when they're going to shoot.
So, and also with us today is one of my wonderful ladies in waiting, Lady Kayla DeCant.
And best friend.
And best friend. And in fact, we've gone on ridiculous amounts of adventures, had way too much fun, and
Way too much.
Way too much, extra amounts of fun. And so let me ask of Sean, like, because he's been the first official knight. Swap seats, I guess.
Swap seats.
Because apparently it's
We're trying to
Sofa.
fit in the camera here. We
sofa roulette. So being a new member to the microsphere, right? You didn't start one yourself. You joined one. How has that affected or impacted upon your life?
It's been a great impact, and I appreciate you asking. Many of you have heard the stories. Immediately after I was knighted, there were various squirrel attacks here at Castle Darkbloom. Almost, I'd say it was about a day after I was knighted by the Queen, a Georgia gray squirrel, it was a flying squirrel first.
Right.
The very day, and we have pictures of this,
Yeah.
which you could pull up, a rare Georgia flying squirrel out of nowhere just comes at me. I mean, it just flying straight at my sliding glass door. And I know it was trying to come in because at that moment, the sliding glass door was open here at Castle Darkbloom. My wife, the lady Lisa, she did, not seeing the squirrel, slam the door shut and knock the squirrel unconscious. Now, I did not trust the squirrel.
You shouldn't. They're Swiss insurgents, obviously.
Absolutely. However, I did want to see what damage had been done. So I went to see, and I took my finger and I'm pushing the squirrel. Is it alive? Is it alive? And
Poked it.
then amazingly, it was all a ruse. It jumped up, good as new, bat-like wings in action, taking an immediate bite straight to my finger. Blood's going everywhere. I immediately called the Grand Duchess, at which point I showed her the pictures, and she was like, "Oh my God, look at all the blood." I said, "Don't worry, it's not the squirrel's, it's mine." The squirrel went away undamaged. Now comes the next part. About 2 weeks later, I'm stepping out of my royal chariot here at Castle Darkbloom. Onto the ground in front of Castle Darkbloom, I feel something under my boot. I look down. There's a very mad Georgia gray squirrel just rearing up at me with much like the picture here, which we're seeing a picture of a gray squirrel saying, "I'll cut you." However, he's just rearing up at me. Now the squirrel doesn't move. I've got a boot on it. I look down. I'm like, it's another one. I lift my boot up. I did not harm the squirrel. However, I felt it under my boot. I should have just went ahead and swooshed down, but instead I was in shock. I lift the boot up. I get back in the vehicle. The squirrel is staring at me. So I decide to make a run for it. Now, at this point, me and my wife, the lady Lisa, we both take off in different directions around the Castle Darkbloom. The squirrel comes taking after me. I've never seen anything like this, and I called.
They're vicious.
He
And
comes
I've been
taking
telling people this for years.
He runs around Castle Darkbloom 3 times, waits on our porch twice, and we're hiding inside to get away as he finally, thankfully, the Darkbloom cats, there's many Darkbloom cats at the palace, they took initiative, and the cats did. Lord Mason,
Yeah.
we love Mason, he's the Darkbloom cat. He did chase the squirrel out of there, but I was in immediate danger. And I have come up with a few ideas, which I'd like to speak with Ruritanian security about and see if...
Our field marshal and chief of secret police.
Absolutely. I've thought that if we could, Mays, he's Irish. His true last name before he became a Darkbloom was Mr. McGee. And perhaps he could be sort of like a
I
pied...
go by my government name.
Yeah. You think you could channel your Irish roots and be like a Pied Piper? to get the
I don't go
squirrels.
by
He's
Pied
gotta be
Pipers
like
either.
St. Patrick and drive the snakes out of Ireland.
To
Pied
get the
Pipers
squirrels out of
either.
rotating. And once they are gone, my
I don't go by
plan would be to propose building a wall.
A wall.
Around both borders of Ruritania and adding a moat.
A moat.
A moat. It's historically proven that if you're going to build a wall, it will keep everyone out more if you build a moat.
Well, you know,
In
with the
front of
flying squirrels, they're gonna learn to, they'll probably just fly
Then
over.
I'll make
So
a
I
bigger,
think
I will
An
make the wall
extra
bigger.
moat on the inside.
Rat poison.
That will,
Squirrels are
I
rodents.
think you need electric wires.
Electric wires.
I would
Ren and
also,
Stimpy don't whiz on the
Squirrels are
electric
rodents.
fence.
sir,
Rat poison.
you seem like a very brilliant leader.
Poison.
How would you feel if I were to propose instituting an inquisition to find out if anyone knew
I have a
anything
dog
about these
that
squirrels?
You know,
Rip the crap out of
honestly,
a
I
possum.
wouldn't put it past certain Russians working
squirrels,
with
too.
Swiss nationals,
kill
of course, that might be causing these kinds of attacks. I mean, they're ever since my presentation at Microcon, I'm not gonna lie, I've noticed like an influx in news reports of them becoming more hostile and like attacking innocent people everywhere. And, you know, I just wish that my message about how all of the members of the microsphere need to unite and eradicate these vile vermin, I wish that I had been able to get that message out sooner. Like, we need to keep continuing our fight to bring it to a wider audience.
They're much smarter, as I've seen
They
firsthand.
are, and they hire mercenaries,
Sir,
chipmunks.
I am a
Lizards.
direct, I'm a victim, and I'm not going to be a victim again. I'm
Hashtag
going to be rescued.
always remember, never forget, not even once, right? Death
Not
to
once.
squirrels. Death to squirrels.
Don't forget about Mickey Mouse.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so Caleb,
Yes.
what's it like being, you know, in the Grand Duchess's entourage all the time?
It's very exciting.
It
There's
is.
not ever a dull moment. Not ever a dull moment. It's very exciting.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Too many
Especially,
adventures.
especially like our Halloween traipsings.
Yes. Oh
Yes.
gosh, Halloween extravaganza.
We had some good costumes for those parties.
We should have won.
We should have won.
We should have
well, we
won.
were late to the one that mattered.
I think you would have won if we weren't late due to you getting ready.
I was sorry. I'm not.
No,
it
hey.
doesn't normally take me that long to get ready.
It was well worth the wait. It
It
came
was.
out great.
It was.
Costume was phenomenal.
And so you noticed like the interactions of like the normies, right?
Yes.
With us, and like they're just kind of, they either have the look of like what, or what, you know, like
Yeah.
it's always the same where different inflection.
They definitely don't expect what comes out of our mouths when they ask us like who we are.
But I got the hype man
Yes.
always with me.
Mhm.
in
I'm the hype man.
man.
That would be me.
It's pretty awesome. And so now the band is y'all are still making music, right?
Yes, we were on a little bit of a hiatus.
Because of something important.
Yes, I had a lovely baby girl. I had a daughter. She's 6 months today.
Today.
Yes, so we took a little bit of a break, and then Sean had some things that he had to get taken care of, and so we
Oh.
got all of that finally taken care of, and we are back at it.
Yes, because I can't wait. Because
We will be booking shows soon.
better. Because I always enjoy it. I was kind of sad this year because I didn't, you know, last year for my birthday, y'all actually had a concert at the Masquerade for my birthday. It was pretty.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Give her a shout out, Zach.
Yeah.
We gave her a shout out.
Oh yeah.
It was, I mean, they have a lot of shows all the time, so it can be kind of confusing. I mean, and then
And it was open to the general public. It wasn't a private party, so
Well, yeah.
it was
Exactly.
quite a
and it's always
quite a
packed
turnout.
house.
Yeah.
It's always a good turnout at the Masquerade. I mean, especially when we got to go and meet Raven Black
Yeah.
and my daughter, Princess Charlotte Dorothea. She actually
Got a picture with her.
She got a picture with her, but she went around the concert and was selling contraband. Candy cigarettes to people, including a police officer. Is like, hey, I got something you might want. She opens up her book bag and shows
Not shady like at all.
shows this officer like a pack of the candy cigarettes, and he pulls out his wallet. And she made bank that day. She did. It was pretty awesome.
I got mine for free, so thank you. That was awesome. It was quite a treat.
I paid. I think I was charged. Was I charged?
You made me pay for T-shirts. So
No, I didn't.
I make her pay.
she made me pay.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
No. Okay, sorry. So, today, and as often as I definitely want to promote Darkbloom, and I will, but honestly, I need to know how much time has gone by. It's like, I don't know. What time is it?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean time on the clock?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll refer to the producer on
Isn't he supposed to be?
4:17.
417.
Okay. So y'all are practicing again. I know y'all practiced today. I could hear you.
Well, what happened, we've been on quite a hiatus. After the 2 squirrel attacks, and
Yeah.
I actually got very sick. I had the flu of the century, which
I got the flu and bronchitis this year, so I know.
so
Yeah.
immediately in October, no sooner than she had the baby, and I wondered, was it some sort of attack?
You mean biological warfare?
Biological warfare. Because I kept thinking that I'm getting over the flu. And then, I keep telling Maze, and he's like, nah, you still look sick. And we might jam once or twice, but this weekend is officially, we're back. This is the first weekend we're officially back. I survived the squirrel attack, and I'm taking precautions, and I hope that all other micronations take precautions so that they don't.
They do. I typically, I've informed them before, our methods, like within Mauritania, we have snipers. My daughter's actually our best one. She goes out there with our target practice all the time. And, my favorite personally way to get them to not go into bird feeders is you put a slinky at the bottom, so when they climb up the pole, they just slide back down.
That's so funny.
Again, I'm newly knighted, and I was unaware of this squirrel issue, but now that I am, hopefully, I hope Mauritania will help Castle Darkbloom, which we had been unarmed against this, and I was attacked, and so just watch out, everyone. And if you don't have a squirrel program in effect, then you should talk to the Grand Duchess and work something out.
Yes. Yeah.
It's insane, like how much energy you have even after being attacked from a squirrel and going through so many sicknesses. Like, his stage presence still is just crazy how much energy he has all the time.
Especially when y'all are performing on stage. Like, I love it. Like, especially you come out with all the shoulder armor and everything. It's amazing.
And we really don't even let things like that really impact the band too much. Like, I performed till I was 8 months pregnant.
You did.
And he performed while sick a few times last year. So, I mean, it takes a lot of energy, but it's a lot of fun and it's worth it.
Well, I always think a freshly clean mohawk helps.
I really enjoyed the very long blue bang that you had.
I did like that too.
Yeah, that was great as well. And I think that everybody should go to a Darkbloom show personally.
Come out and see us.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes. Absolutely.
Definitely.
But we actually have a small clip, a short, super duper short clip of a shout out that they did for me on one of their shows. So if my producer's gonna, okay, go.
Special shout out, happy birthday to my very
No,
good friend
no.
Kathy.
I just just want to make sure that we got it done after. Yeah, it's a little exclamation. Huh?
Wait a minute.
Did we turn the mic on for this drum? We never checked it.
No. Well, it's fine. It's like a 30-minute concert that's available on YouTube, and people can go and look at it.
Oh, this is a concert.
Yeah, it's a
Shoot, I
concert.
remember this. I think.
There's many of them.
There are a lot of them. So, I mean, honestly, it was. Yeah, be sure to like that video of Darkbloom Masquerade Atlanta,
Thumbs
January
up.
7th, 2018. So, all right. Well, if Paul is still put here, he should stop it. My lackey should be paying attention, right? Okay. So,
It's been stopped.
okay, perfect. I didn't know.
Oh, that was
I can't hear it backwards.
I got you, Paul.
So, with us today, as well, is one of my closest friends in the microsphere, and he is the greatest ever. Is the minister president Dominic of St. Caston and
The Sant.
the Saint.
The Sant.
Yay! So,
How are you?
yeah, I'm wonderful, and
Oh yeah, as usual.
yeah, I know. I'm always amazalicious, right? So,
Huh?
amazalicious.
Yeah, she's my Georgia Peach.
Yeah. Yes. So, how have you been since we hosted the mini microsphere summit together, didn't we?
Oh,
Right.
what happened?
We were there.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wonderful.
So did you enjoy hosting that with me? We're gonna host that next
Yeah,
time.
it was really a special event. Mainly because of the place. We rented a beautiful church located in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Beautiful is like the wrong word.
Original.
It was unique, and it was a converted church that they had made into like a kind of a rock.
Space of a space of rock.
What's that? Hillbilly rock? What is it?
Yeah.
Something. Anyway, well, it's all like Elvis decorated, right? And I've sent some pictures to our producer today, and hopefully he knows which ones I'm talking about. But there was like huge, amazing altar in it, where we got to take amazing photos, like of our 4 members.
Yeah.
Now you're singing hillbilly. Are we talking like early Kyler hillbilly?
Like Elvis, kind of
Like Elvis.
Yeah.
There was
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, it's
to
very nice.
replace Jesus. There was Elvis.
Yes.
Yeah, really. Just over the altar.
I
I
like
was
it.
amazing.
Can I have a black velvet Jesus? Maybe in my castle, a black velvet Jesus
You want a velvet Jesus?
next to a black velvet Elvis. You know.
Yes. That would be awesome. For that. So there's a picture of the 4 members of the microsphere who were at the event. Me, Dominique, your actual brother, and King Emmanuel. Oh yeah, they can't hear that I'm talking.
Yeah, we were so serious and we had so much fun on
Yeah,
this
so
picture.
we took some fun pictures in front of the altar, as well as there was, our personal favorite paparazzo, right? Matt Roth, who just had a baby, his second baby.
Yeah,
Right?
congratulations.
Yes, yeah, we love babies. So, and so
More members for the Micronational.
yes, exactly. Well, he's not actually a micronationalist,
Yeah.
but he is doing an amazing project of filming us. It's because he's doing some future project that can't really be talked about. But we all got to do, those in attendance got to do a photo shoot.
I saw those pictures.
Some of them.
Yeah, some, not all.
Yeah, there's just few of them.
Can't give
that
out
he
his
had.
pictures yet. And so, mine is taken in a graveyard because the church had a graveyard on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun
It was
partying.
amazing seeing. You were so happy to have a graveyard
I
for your
was.
home.
Actually found
And
someone.
you found somebody that was born the same day as you. I think.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can
I mean,
remember.
not same year, but same day. So I
Yeah.
was like, I took a picture, like playing hide and seek with it, you know, and
Oh, I didn't notice that the date.
yeah, that was the way I did it. And then Dominic actually saved my tulkas because
Yeah.
my dress had a wardrobe malfunction, and
Oh yeah, this was so amazing. I
My-
think I tried to get you out of this robe, this dress, for like 40 minutes.
yeah,
You were
Yeah.
stuck in it, and it was amazing.
the wrong way.
Oh, no.
And it was trying to fix it. It was
Major malfunction.
major malfunction. It was really
Yeah.
amazing. But so Dom, we're still hosting these, right? It's every other year.
Yeah.
On the opposite years
not
of my
next. It's not this year. It's gonna be in 2020.
Right?
We're gonna host it, I think, at the same place or
Back
in
at
the
the
area,
The Paxton
because
Church.
we loved so much this place, and the city of Harrisburg is so. I mean, yeah, it's the
Yeah,
people of
I mean, it's
Harrisburg
so-
are so friendly, and
It's
you know,
exactly
kind of.
where the King of Prussia is actually located. You
Yeah.
know, so I mean it's a perfect spot, and it's kind of in the middle, north and south coasters, and you know I love it personally. If
Mhm.
Darkbloom would come out to my summit, my
Yeah.
mini summit next time,
Yeah.
and play.
With enough notice, we could definitely
I
make it happen.
Felt like I.
It'd be fun.
And something that could just give really good reason for Darkbloom to come. There's a bar in the
There's
Kellis.
an amazing bar
Yeah.
that
That
because
sounds good.
you know.
Speaking our language.
Lady Kayla is actually my personal bartender, and
That's actually how we met.
yes,
I was her bartender.
Oh,
yes.
so you were seeing her really often.
Well,
No, it's a joke.
so I feel like at the next one, you and I could put on like cocktail kind of a like routine.
I don't know if they could handle it.
I don't know if they could either.
No, I
Dominic,
can't.
that would be like he'd love it. He'd love it because you love those.
I'll
cinnamon
make him a
rolls.
drink.
He can
Yeah.
make, yeah, she makes the Jim Joneses, which is
Yeah,
the best.
but this time I just hope that we are gonna not find somebody in the church that we don't know.
We had actually a mysterious guest that came in and unplanned. Dominic and I were outside talking,
Yeah.
having a wonderful time, and Matt, our photographer, came outside and was like, "Hey guys, can you keep it down? Like, you know, y'all are kind of loud." And we're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, you know, whatever."
You
Can-
laugh.
Me? Loud?
What?
What? And so he goes back into the house. 2 seconds later, he comes
Come
back
back.
outside and goes, "There's someone in the house." Now, remember, we're on a graveyard, right? And so Dominic and I was like, "What?" So he, like a hero, runs into the house. I'm like, I'm not going back in there. I'm standing here in the street, like until
for you,
I know
Dominic.
that it's
And there was
safe.
the man with in underwears
I've heard
in
different
the living
reports.
room.
He might have been wearing underwear. He might not.
No, he was wearing underwears.
Yeah, but he apparently was a guest in the downstairs apartment, which we also didn't really ever figure out how to get in there because of, like, we were at the
I don't know which door.
Sorry.
We must open it.
Yeah, and what? Oh.
So the venue, of course, the Micronationals had the better part of the building, and the people down
Yeah.
below, it seemed to have been inhabited,
It was the brother of the owner of the converted church.
was living down below with a nude man.
No, he was the nude man.
He was a
Ross
good man.
Nude man.
with
With possible underwear.
Possible underwear.
Ah, okay.
And apparently he didn't know that there were guests at the time. Again, how anyone could have not heard me at any point. You know,
I know, right?
Kind of disappeared.
And so he, you know, the owner of the house, of course, apologized. But you know what else was awesome about that basement? Because I'm sure that Paul's probably sure. Because I have this one. Like,
I use the mic quite well.
Make sure you're on.
That I just held.
am I not?
You're on.
I'm on.
Here, use mine.
I can turn it up.
Okay. So, wait.
It's okay.
Okay. Anyway, so they had at the last one, or well, Dominic and I actually participated in a similar to the Microcon Olympics. We had our own little Olympic event, right, Dom?
Yeah, I think we were playing air hockey.
Was it air hockey?
Yeah, or
It was
football.
air hockey. Which
I think we
it was
played.
air hockey. And
I think there was too much alcohol.
well,
But-
what kind of ticked me off was that, you know, he's got an advantage being from Canada, right? That's his hosting nation. So hockey's already a win for him. However, he'd never played air hockey before and somehow beat me.
Good for you, Dominic.
The other nations in attendance, Amathonia and Prussia / Eupaderia, actually did not participate because they weren't there at the time.
He got the
No, I think they were asleep.
They were asleep.
Yeah, it was like 2 in the morning.
It was time is not important. So now Dominic, you are not only part of the mini Microsphere Summit, right? My co-host of those. You went to the Microcon that was last year, and no, year before last. sorry, 2019. So the new one is coming up, and are you hoping to see like something new that wasn't at the last one? You know, like what do you hope will make it an even better event by Slobovia?
I think, first of all, I think because of the notoriety of the Microcon in Atlanta, there's going to be more people attending the one in Hamilton, Ontario. That's my biggest hope, to meet as much people as possible, to make some, links between nations. It's really.
It'll be easier for people to get to Toronto as opposed to Atlanta.
No. I don't mean it's easier. I mean the coverage that had the Microcon in Atlanta. So a lot of publicity for the Microcon in Hamilton, Ontario.
They did have a good amount of publicity for the first one hosted by Malasia, but I do agree with you. I think that there was a lot more everywhere, like in your face kind of media about it, you know. And I personally expect to see a dance floor, because there should not be a gala without ballroom dancing.
You need to be able to bust a move.
You got to be able to bust a move, and not to mention that it's not micronationalism isn't a primarily female.
No, it's completely male.
It's right, and so there's a lot of.
No, really.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of female micronationalists, but all these guys take ballroom dancing classes.
So they need females.
They need females, right? And I'm down to go dance, you know.
The problem is that you're gonna dance all night.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting. A few years ago, I was invited to a Phantom of the Opera ballroom dance on Halloween night at the Fox Theater. So I went through an intense ballroom dancing classes with some people I worked with, and it was determined that for some reason just didn't happen. I was
Two left feet.
Little two left feet. I was a little, but I did get kind of the step, 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 down, step, and then slide. That the slide.
You have the same problem as me.
Yeah, but it just doesn't look smooth. It's like step and step and step and slide.
It's really a coordination problem.
Yeah, quite, but
We'll pick
so,
other
so
countries to dance with.
possibly Castle Darkbloom. You're a little smoother than me, man. I think you might be able to ball.
Zach's got some moves. Zach's got it.
And actually, the DJ should be Kayla DeCamp. We actually met over 10 years ago. I'm not sure how long. We were DJs together. She's one of the best DJs that
I
you
know.
could get.
She played my theme song before I'd even get to where I was going. And, at the last Microcon, because we didn't have a dance floor, I had planned on getting a lot of our girlfriends to come out and be available to ballroom dance. They were like so excited about that. Mm-hmm. But of course we didn't have that at the gala. So that's what I want, long story short, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. But so for 2021's Microcon, that the Microconcom, right? The committee that chooses and elects
the committee of the Microcon.
Exactly. Who do you think will be in the running for? I'm sorry. Live studio audiences are causing huge ridiculousness in the background.
Oh, that's funny.
Someone should stop.
Remind, we are filmed in front of a live studio audience here at Castle.
We are. And so, sorry. It's the fun part about being on a live show. So, do you have any ideas or hopes of who it will be for the next for 2021?
I really don't know, to be honest. Really? I don't know. Maybe West Arctica? You can do something?
West Arctica would be I think that would be an amazing one. I fully believe that Travis would be able to
Yeah, they are really professional and they are, they are really known in the microsphere. Yeah.
And he can rock a white dinner jacket. You don't see that a lot.
Not people that can pull it off.
No.
If you can pull it off, power to you.
He's also like 8 feet tall.
So he's
he's like 6'5".
So we have as an opposite to that, the emperor. I think he's the emperor. The American Empire. Eric List, Dr. Eric List. He is pocket size. He might actually be shorter than you, Sean. And he rocks a half cape, which I think is the most amazing thing in the world. Because I was like, I never see a half cape. And he's like,
oh yeah, the half cape.
Yeah, and he's like, it's for when you're, at a function such as this, where you're talking and you still have the ability to snack. What?
No.
Well, I agree with the great Lando Calrissian. One can never have too many capes.
Well, yeah, but it's the half cape, because you're not
yes,
covered.
Even a half cape. That's fantastic. Yes. Capes are style.
Capes are style.
I know we probably won't have the image, the picture of it, but did you did you see the picture where Heracles is jumping on a bed with his half cape?
Oh yes, I saw
it's amazing. It's a series of photography made by Matt Rock.
By Matt Rock,
I made some pictures for him jumping on the bed, and I had a kind of big headache because I jumped too much.
Really? Because you're like I didn't even know how you did that or how you.
To be honest, I really don't know either. At the end, I had such a big headache. My head was turning, and after we had the gala, so all along the gala, my head was just spinning in my head. Oh, it was amazing.
Well, I loved the photos that came out with my princess bestie, Olivia,
Yeah.
of Egmont, because she is such a handsome woman, and I hope to have her as a guest on my show soon. She's just so funny, and seeing her in person is amazing. And of course, Jean-Pierre as well, because I love Jean-Pierre.
Which is one of my best friends.
Yeah. No. No, you would know. Jean-Pierre probably would respectfully decline and have one of the chancellors of Egmont be on my show.
Yeah.
But now you actually helped to start the only Yamo in the microsphere that has stayed around.
Yeah, it works.
Now,
yeah, I'm really proud to have found the only Yamo. Yamo means yet another micronational organization, and yeah, continue. Sorry.
So it happens a lot with the newbies to micronationalism, that they're like, oh, we should start like a what is it, like a G8 or United Nations. We should have a United Nations of micronations. It's yet another micronational organization, a YAMO. Well, Dominic actually, with the help of other French-speaking micronationalists, like my dear friends in the Principality of Egmont, they actually started the Francophonie. It's Francophonie?
Micro-Francophonie, which is a kind of copy of the Francophonie, which is a French-speaking country organization. We tried to establish some links between us. It was really a need in the community to have something in common.
There's a problem with a lot of people. While things like the Americans, the United States, although we do not talk a lot about macro politics within micronationalism because it's silly. Like, their affairs do not affect us in any way. But like, the United States doesn't have a national language, but everybody speaks English, right?
Yeah.
So in the microsphere, people pretty much just speak English. Like, it's kind of an unspoken, that's our official language. Yeah. But people from other countries whose hosting nations are like Russia, they don't want to be bothered reading French. And it was such an extreme problem that y'all faced, just trying to be able to communicate. And, I understand, if it wasn't my first language that I'm being now forced to speak, like, you kind of want to be in solidarity with your friends. And so what has allowed y'all to stay, as where everybody else has failed?
Oh, because we decided to found an organization that is based on real needs. I mean, the French-speaking community wasn't able to have. We were kind of ostracized because we were French, and sometimes there were kind of communication problems with English-speaking micronations. So we set up this network of micronation together to promote French micronationalism.
And I'm actually one of the few members who does not speak French. Like, so I feel pretty special about that. And
a little bit of Dutch.
No, there's others.
You speak Klingon?
I do speak Klingon.
I speak gibberish fluently. Like, I'm not kidding.
So, well, I'm sorry, Dominic.
Oh, it's okay. I'm used to it.
You're used to it? Well,
Klingon.
Okay. So, when you were...
It's impressive.
Impressive?
Cheese and crackers.
He said impressive.
What was the... cheese and crackers. So, Dominic, you've got other projects that you're working on, like currently, you're doing amazing stuff that you're sending me all the time, and I love all of it because you are so creative.
Yeah, that's my best point. I love creating medals, logos, websites. The only thing I'm not really good at is music.
Well, you're an amazing artist, and you even made the logo for the mini Microsphere Summit, which had like the keyhole of Harrisburg, right?
Yeah, that's
no, the keystone.
Yeah, the keystone. That's what it is.
The keystone with the bridges.
Right, and then you go to your local library and print like these medals.
Yeah.
And so
it's 3D printed.
How long does that take normally?
Oh, for a medal like this one here, can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, this one took like 4 or 5 hours to print.
That's 3D printed?
It's a 3D.
He 3D prints all of his stuff. He designs it, and then he goes to the public library and he prints it.
The library has a 3D print?
Wow.
His
Yes, and my city is really culture oriented in Quebec. So I live in Repentigny, and we have a lot of equipment like this.
Now,
we have studios, we have creation rooms, etc., etc.
How much does this normally cost when you go to the public library? I mean, this is Canada versus, the hosting nation here is the United States, obviously, so we're not really as communist, so, they're kind of communist, but, so how much does that typically cost? Is it free or?
You only pay for the plastic.
Okay.
In this case, for this one, I paid like $4.
$4. And so if one of the new budding micronations or like one of our seasoned members of our community wanted to like get in touch with an expert on this field and area, like they could reach out to you, right?
Yeah. Many micronationalists already contact me to prepare some medals for them. It's really my personal hobby to create those things.
You made some amazing medals too.
I admire that.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome.
He's fantastic. He's actually going to be making an intro thing for Mort's Minutes soon.
Yeah.
Yay.
The only reason why you didn't have it currently, it's because we were quite short in time.
We were short in time.
Yeah, I told you like
my producer when he's ready. That's the thing. Like when he's we gotta be there. Because trust me, I would have loved to have more time to prepare. But
it's a great show too. Oh, I can hear somebody speaking in my ear.
Yeah. They can't hear my lackey. You can, but they can't.
So we have the live audience. We have Paul.
We have the viewers watching from their respective places. So yes, but I admire your work on that, and so I am super excited of what kind of intro you'll make for me, and you're actually starting the MNAT. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, we call it MNAT, which is a short version of Micronational. It's really simple.
But what is it?
A kind
tell our viewers and audience.
Currently, it's a network of 3 micronational television put together, and we create videos, stuff, newscasts, and we prepare materials, medias.
Yeah.
It's
like a television.
It's a job.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And so they want me to be the Oprah Winfrey.
That would be awesome. You certainly have the qualifications for that.
She's our O's.
Our
the letters.
So
sorry. I'm really sorry. English English isn't my first language, so sometimes I make mistakes.
I know, I love him too.
He is awesome.
He is so awesome. And I mean, we had so much fun when we went to the drag show. You remember?
Yeah, it was at Lips.
Yeah, Lips.
You went to Lips with him? We
Yeah.
went to one.
Yeah, no, we not the one that you and I went to, but he
You
and
went to
I,
actually
during
Lips,
Microcon.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took
You were with Jean-Pierre, Olivier, which is the Prince of Egmont and his Chancellor of the time, because you just changed Chancellor, I think one month ago, and
they loved it.
no, it was really cool, and you had your friends with us. It was cool.
Oh,
And,
he met Super Sam Haney. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
the rolling body.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Sam.
Yes. We
Sam's awesome. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
So much
Dominic,
positive.
how since we're running out of time, we're running close on time. I wanted to ask you about interactions that you've had with people, you know, in your common day to day, or even like your family, about hearing about, you know, you're a public figure. Like how do you deal with the public? You know.
Oh, I have this chance to have the luck to live in Quebec. People are really open about it. Sometimes they find me really, really, really strange because it's really peculiar, a peculiar hobby.
It can't be a
For
peculiar
us. I
hobby.
mean, when we explain it, they don't really understand, but they respect it.
Never a hobby. This is our way of life. You know.
No. I mean, when you need to explain it, you need to say that it's a hobby, not a way of life, because they're gonna think that you are just crazy. And no, we are living it every day, and it's the main part of who we are. In fact, sorry, my voice.
No, it's okay. And well, apparently, because it's right. Let me do a time check real quick from to my lackey. How much time? You have 7 minutes. Well, Dominic, I want to tell you first and foremost, thank you so much for.
You're welcome. You're more than welcome. It's amazing participating to your show.
Yeah, and it's amazing hosting anything with you, and I look forward to seeing you in Toronto in July for Bovia's Microcon. I honestly, I can't even wait until April, and Darkbloom better be there this time.
Yeah,
right?
I hope so.
Because they would love that space.
Yeah, we need to have the most people that we can get.
Well, Sean wanted to do this wonderful little closing kind of ceremony for today, since we are guests at the castle Chateau de Darkbloom. He's got this amazing little, like, I guess it's I forget.
Is it a cake?
It's a
it's like a bar.
It's like a decanter.
Oh, okay. Okay,
yes.
It's an helmet at the same time.
Yes.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing? A Prussian
Speak the same
helmet.
language.
I know. The King of Prussia, William Collier, would be so amazed to see this. He would be really jealous. So, apparently we are going to toast to not only Ruritania, but as well to Saint-Castin, right? Here.
Yeah, Saint-Castin.
Okay.
Sorry, it's really hard to speak French.
It's hard to speak French. Y'all have extra letters that you don't even say. Yeah. So we're going to toast to Saint-Castin, to Ruritania, to Darkbloom, to our continued friendship, and to the microsphere. L'chaim. So
that was actually very tasty for tequila.
It's the captain.
So here you go.
Wow.
And thank you, and I can't wait to see you next time and talk to you later.
It didn't taste like tequila.
Okay.
Yeah, later.
Okay. And so,
it was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. I only hope to see you in real life.
Yes. Yes. And and then we'd also like to say an amazing thank you to Sean for helping make today happen in such an amazing way. I can't ever repay you for all that Darkbloom, you personally, Kayla, Zach, what y'all have done for me personally in my life, and for Mauritania. Thank you.
And thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us on your show.
And I'd also like to give a shout out to Princess Charlotte Dorothea because she helped me today with my notes and making sure I had all my talking points together. She's my little rock, so I thank her so much.
Yeah, she's there.
The ghosts are showing up again. I've got to do something about these ghosts in Castle Darkbloom.
So thank you.
I'll come back later.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Are we?